Day 2 of the Western Conference tournament's just about set to get underway. A couple of different locations, same story as last night, except we'll have all 3 boys games here at Gering and all 3 girls games at Scottsbluff. Welcome in, late afternoon start as we're at Gering High School for game 1 for our triple header. Chris Cottrell, glad to have you along. Made it through last night with really no issues, some good basketball, and probably see some improved play coming up moving from day 1 to day 2 of the season. And again, we've got all 18 of these games on KNEB.TV, so split between Allo Channel 15 and Allo Channel 190. Got to give a big shout out to a bunch of different sponsors throughout the broadcast here tonight. Folks for helping us make this possible for everybody that's going to be tucked away at home and settle in to watch some basketball. BNC Steel, Byers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dents, and Platte Valley Companies, to name a few. We'll touch on the rest of them as we move through the broadcast here this evening. Up first here, we'll have 3 boys games at Gering High School. And this will be a TV-only broadcast. We'll have the Scottsbluff and Gering boys on TV and radio. Some combo broadcasts later on this evening at 6 and at 8 o'clock. But here for our 4 o'clock tip from the boys bracket, we've got Chadron and Sidney. Last night for Chadron, they got beat in the early game by Scottsbluff 51-30, and Sidney got beat by Alliance 60-45 in game number 2 last evening. So both these teams really, to me, look improved from a year ago, or at least can have the ability to do some things this season. Sidney coming off a 3-20 season, and they look much improved from a year ago. Chadron's got some guys that are going to give some people problems all season long in Xander Province and also Justice Alcorn. Head coach for Scottsbluff, Scott Golian, said they gave up way too many offensive rebounds to those 2 last night. He was impressed with their athleticism and ability to get on the glass. Was speaking with assistant coach, former Scottsbluff Bearcat, now an assistant at Chadron, Braden Lofink, just a little bit ago, and he said, yeah, we just got to find a way to hit some shots. So finding a way to get the ball to go in the hole will be key for Chadron here this evening. Sawyer Dickman led Sidney last night. He had 19 points, and they also had Micah Schneider, a sophomore, who has a real crafty game about him. He finished with 12. The leading scorer for Chadron was Alcorn. He had 10, and Province had 9, had a real nice third quarter. And again, they missed a lot of easy, close-range shots last night. So we'll see who's able to get off to a good start here tonight, maybe build some confidence. One of these 2 teams will walk out of the gym at 1-1 and feeling pretty good about themselves heading into the final day of the Western Conference tournament coming up tomorrow. So following this game, we'll have Scottsbluff taking on Mitchell. That'll be the 6 o'clock tip here this evening. And we'll have that one on radio, 93.3 KMOR, and of course right here on KNEB.TV as well. Allo Channel 190 for all the boys games tonight here at Gering. And then the late game, Alliance, a winner last night. They'll play Gering, who got beat by Mitchell. That one will tip at 8 o'clock, and we'll have that one on KMOR and KNEB.TV as well. Head coach for Chadron is Mitch Berry. Head coach for Sidney is Austin Lewis. We'll step away, come back, and we're just a few minutes away from opening tip. We'll be back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
One more break here in the pregame show. Quick pregame coming on about 5 minutes before scheduled tip. Once they get started with the national anthem, we'll break away, get another break in, and then come back with opening tip. Chadron will be the home team here. They've got the white uniforms on there in the bench directly down in front of myself, and Sidney down to my left. They'll be in the visiting red uniforms for tonight. We'll also get you starting lineups coming up shortly. National anthem set to play here on site. We'll come back with starting lineups right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gering, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
Just moments away from opening tip at Gering High School. Day 2 of the Boys Western Conference Tournament. We'll have all 3 games from the boys bracket here at Gering tonight. Things were a little mixed up last night as far as 2 boys games here, 1 girls game, and just switched that over at Scottsbluff. Last night they'll have all 3 girls games tonight at Scottsbluff High School. Time for the introduction of starting lineups. First for Sidney, it'll be a junior in the backcourt. Sawyer Dickman led the Red Raiders with 19 points last night. Zach Burke as well. He scored 6. We'll expect more from him throughout this season. Liked what I saw from sophomore Micah Schneider. He had 12 and really a well-rounded player, youngster, a sophomore Micah Schneider. Dylan Gunkel, a senior. And rounding out the starting lineup for Sidney, the same starting 5 they used last night for head coach Austin Lewis. It's Wyatt Heckenlively. Right now for Chadron, Dawson Dunbar handled the ball handling duties most of the way last night. Dunbar, a 5'10 junior, he scored 7. Michael Sorensen in the backcourt went scoreless last night. He's a 5'11 junior. Xander Province, just a sophomore, 6'4, very athletic. Did a great job rebounding in last night's game. Gorov Chima, 6'3 junior, scored 4 points, but he was very active. Handles the ball fairly well, not afraid to put it up and look at the basket. Justice Alcorn, the 6'4 junior, their lone player in double figures last night with 10, also did a great job rebounding. It's Province against Gunkel. We are underway. Ball in the air and controlling the tip is Chadron. Sorensen dribbles near the top of the key. Now push back near midcourt. We get a quick turnover as Zach Burke gets the steal. Little shot fake and a bounce pass to a cutting to the bucket, Dylan Gunkel, who did not score early last night. In fact, his first points of the ball game came in the 4th quarter. And answering on the other end for Chadron is Xander Province. So a couple of post players get early buckets. After the Chadron early turnover, they score on their second possession. Now Gunkel, dribble handoff action out high. Schneider gives it to Sawyer Dickman. Dickman to Heckenlively. Defending is Chima. High dribble, and now it's Schneider on the cut. picks up his dribble, uses his pivot foot, fading away from the bucket, can't get it to go. Heckin' lively an offensive rebound. The stick back off the mark, and here comes Alcorn for Chadron. Sorensen did not score last night. He'll change that in a hurry here this evening. Michael Sorensen knocks in an early triple. Zach Burke looking to answer right back, can't knock it down. Offensive rebound, Heckin' lively, and a foul, and that'll go on Goram Chima. Foul on the floor, 2-0. Sidney will inbound. They're in the road. Reds are the Raiders. Ball comes into the backcourt, grab by Schneider. Dangerously close to touching that, turning it into a backcourt violation. Now Heckin' lively puts it up from deep, off the heel of the iron, comes off strong, rebounded eventually by Justice Alcorn. He'll handle, crossover dribble out high, spin dribble into the paint, and with the right hand a little strong on the spin and the release. Here comes Sidney. They lead it, or check that, Chadron leads it 5-2 after the Sorensen three. And on the other end, it's Micah Schneider converting. Gets his second shot of the late afternoon. A little over 2 minutes gone by. Chadron in front, 5-4. Dunbar out high on the bounce, the 5'10 junior guard. Picks up the dribble and finds Chima on the left wing. Dunbar cuts through, now a high screen and roll action with Province and Chima. Chima, boy, he had two defenders with hands up in his face and tried to shoot over the top, missed. And on the run out the other direction, we get a deflection, ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Red Raiders. 5:34 to play here in the opening quarter. And Sawyer Dickman will inbound it. Gorov Chima checks out. Checking into the ball game for Chadron is Tegan Scogan. Sidney goes in front quickly by the score of 6-5. Quick bucket off the inbounds pass. Foul on the perimeter goes against Sawyer Dickman. His first personal. Dunbar dribbles right. Up top with an Alcorn now. Scogan on the left wing. Screen set by Alcorn. He wanted the basketball in the low post area, doesn't get it. Now Province sets a side screen and roll action. Sorensen, left corner, Scogan. Alcorn sets the screen, and now pull-up jumper just inside the left elbow. Wouldn't go for Scogan. Got his miss. Second attempt, no. And the rebound to Schneider. Here comes Zach Burke in traffic. Burke partially deflected when it left his hand. We get a whistle, and a jump ball is the call. 4:38 to play. First quarter action. Sidney leads it 6-5. Multiple substitutions here for the Red Raiders. It looks like just 1 for 1. Schneider was trying to leave the floor, but it was only one coming in. Hartzler, Douse on the floor. Little Euro step. Missed shot, ball loose, out of bounds. Last touch by Chadron. Sidney maintains possession. We'll stay this end of the floor. 4:31 to play. Raiders on top, 6-5. Sawyer Dickman. Little drive and kick action. And Burke's three. Off the iron, then the glass. Rebounded by Alcorn. And now we'll get a bump on the perimeter. And this one will go against Micah Schneider. That'll be his first. Brody Planansky, a 5'10 senior, did not dress last night. Able to get onto the floor here for the first time this evening. Early this year, Planansky on the catch, dribbles to the bucket. Lost it, picked it up. We're going to get a travel called against Chadron. It'll go against Brody Planansky. About halfway through this opening quarter. And now Sidney turns it over for the second time. Chadron throws it right back to him. Douse now outside Burke. He'll hoist the triple. Missed everything long. Knocked away, out of bounds. Last touch by Planansky. And Sidney will inbound underneath their own basket. 3:46 to go in the opening quarter here at Gering. Inbounds pass to Hartzler. Shot blocked by Province. Ball loose on the floor. Province gets down to pick it up. They get it into the hands of Justice Alcorn. Alcorn into the front court. He'll give it to Planansky. Planansky, a little loose on the dribble. Now Scogan. Jab step. Alcorn, straightaway three off the front of the iron. Ball hits the floor. Grabbing that loose ball rebound is Zach Burke behind the back dribble near mid-court. He'll get rid of it. It's Douse with the basketball. Jacob Douse, a sophomore. Missed shot, and here comes Sorensen. And Sorensen walks with it. Fourth turnover committed by Chadron here in the early going. Shuffling through the players here with the substitutions early. Austin Lewis, the head coach for Sidney. Sawyer Dickman, now Zach Burke. Right wing, Schneider. One dribble. Tried to find a teammate behind the arc. Hit Alcorn in the face with a basketball. Turns into a turnover for Sidney, their third. Ball loose. It'll stay with the Cardinals on the far side of the floor. 6-5. You've been on that number here for a couple of minutes. 2:43 to play in the first quarter. Dunbar, pull-up jumper. Short corner along the baseline right side. A little strong. Outlet pass. Schneider's down his second bucket. And a timeout taken by the Cardinals. Sidney goes in front by the score of 8-5. Timeout on the floor with 2:30 to play in the first quarter. Sidney leads Chadron 8-5 on the Rural Radio Network.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Prime Metal Products, Papa Murphy's, Farm Bureau Agent Sean Harvey, and by John's Body Shop.
Back tonight on KDB.TV. I've said tonight a couple of times, still late in the afternoon here for a Friday. High school basketball, Western Conference tourney action, day 2. Gering High School. My location, Chris Cottrell. Glad to have you along. Now we get an inadvertent buzzer from the scorer's table. And now it looks like we'll get a little conversation here at the scorer's table. 8-5 is our score. And again, limited attendance as far as fans are concerned. Limited to household members only. So glad we can bring you all the action from all 18 games of the Western Conference Tournament on KDB.TV. Some fine folks making it happen, like the Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, John's Body Shop at Chimney Rock Chiropractic. Brody Planansky drives the bucket. Jacob Douse blocks his shot from behind. It'll stay far end with the Cardinals. Inbounding will be Justice Alcorn. Gorov Chima on the catch and shoot three off the inbounds pass. Underneath for the O board was Xander Province. And we get a whistle, and the foul is going to be called against Sidney. This will go against Micah Schneider. That's his second. Yeah, that's a big call. Schneider does a lot of different things on the floor for Sidney. Chima out high. Now Alcorn on the catch. Gives it to Province underneath. He can't finish near the rim. Tried to tip it up back and in. Tip it back up and in. Wouldn't go. Then knocked away out of bounds. Last touched by Sidney. It'll stay with Chadron. They'll inbound from the same spot. Comes to Province. Now they run Alcorn off a screen. Tried to get him loose for a three in the left corner. Alcorn drives the baseline. Planansky, the lefty, puts the three ball up. Too strong through the backside of the backboard. And here comes Sidney running out the other direction. And now Sawyer Dickman will slow things down. They'll set up their half-court offense. Minute and 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Sidney leads it 8-5. Dickman uses some side screen and roll action, gets into the paint, dumps it off to Gunkel, who's fouled. And Dylan Gunkel now will get 2 shots at the line. No, they'll say on the floor. So Sidney will inbound along the baseline. We get Sorensen checking in for Planansky. Inbounds pass wide open. Province had his back turn, and Dylan Gunkel scored with ease. And Sidney leads 10-5. Chadron has not scored since the opening minute 30 of this quarter. Here's Chima on the drive to the bucket. Too strong off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound for Justice Alcorn. And he's fouled on the shot, and he'll get 2 at the line. That foul goes against Dylan Gunkel. And Alcorn knocks down the foul shot. Breaks a long scoring drought for the Cardinals. 10-6 is our score. Minute 15 to play. 1-2 at the line there for Alcorn. Misses the second. On the catch, left side, Sawyer Dickman. Has not scored tonight, had 19 in the loss last night to Scotts Bluff. Dickman, we're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Coming along the baseline, Heckenlivey puts it up. Missed everything. Province the rebound. Now Alcorn. Gives it back to Province. And now Dawson Dunbar. After the release, Dunbar hits the floor, stays down for a moment. Chima there, his teammate to check on him. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sidney. Chadron will inbound underneath their own bucket. 37 seconds to play in the first quarter. They'll lob it into Xander Province, set a screen for Alcorn. Low to the floor dribble, gives it to Chima. Chima between the legs. Dunbar kind of floating around out near the midcourt stripe. Now Sorensen hit a three earlier. And you saw Mitch Berry, the head coach, stick back off the miss for Gorov Chima. 2-point lead. We go under 10 seconds. And Sidney goes back in front, 12-8. Hoisting is Justice Alcorn at the buzzer as he knocks down a tray. So at the end of the first quarter, get a few buckets here in the final minute from both teams. It's Sidney leading Chadron 12-11 at the end of the first quarter here on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Prime Metal Products. Papa Murphy's. Farm Bureau Agent Sean Harvey. And by John's Body Shop.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
We're back tonight on KDB.TV, Allo Channel 190. TV only for our opening game here at Gering High School. 4 o'clock tip for Sidney and Chadron. All 3 games here at Gering High School from the boys bracket for Friday night coverage. We'll have all 3 on TV, all 18 on TV throughout the weekend for both the boys and the girls. Big thanks to Papa Murphy's Pizza, Farm Bureau Sean Harvey, Shelter Insurance Travis Hawk, and also Panhandle Co-op, among others, for helping us get these games on for you with limited attendance and a lot of basketball fans unable to be doing what they want to be doing. That's getting in the gym and watching high school hoops here in the Panhandle. Household members only. Chadron goes zone to start the second quarter. Schneider kicks it to Burke in the corner. Burke, boy, got cut off. Sorensen deflected the pass, hustled after it here along the near sideline, tried to save it in bounds, couldn't. It'll stay with Sidney. We'll see if Chadron stays in that zone here after that first look. It looks like they will. Sawyer Dickman to Schneider. Nearly lost it. Lofts a pass to Hecken Lively. Now Dickman, boy, they are really getting on Dickman quickly anytime he touches. And he lost the basketball and turned it over. I've got Sidney now with 4. Dickman had 19 points last night, scoreless after the first quarter here. Schneider 6, 4 for Gunkel. Dillahay with 2. Ward to Kemper. Now it's Dickman. He'll try and get on the board with the layup off the steal. Did it all himself off the 5th Cardinal turnover. Sawyer Dickman has his first 2 points of the game. Justice Alcorn has 4 to lead Chadron in scoring. Sorensen with 3, 2 apiece for Chima and Province. Alcorn, boy, had it taken away on the way up. He was able to grab it up off the floor when the ball was loose and missed the shot. Touching it last with Chadron, it goes out of bounds back to Sidney. Dickman lobs it over to Zach Burke. He'll stay in that zone in the half court. Schneider bounces it to Sawyer Dickman. He'll lob over top. Out high against the zone. Coming free underneath. That's Schneider with the good look and the finish from Dylan Gunkel. 16-11. Sidney has a 5-point lead. Open look. Dawson Dunbar puts up the triple and knocks it down. Big shot for Dawson Dunbar. Excuse me. Dunbar scored 7 last night. He's got his first bucket here in the second round matchup. And Sidney turns it over. They've coughed it up now 5 times. Both teams have 5 turnovers. Cody Hall into the game, and now we get a whistle and a foul call. Offensive variety, a charge against Justice Alcorn. That'll be the first on Alcorn. Sorensen, and now kind of matching up out of this zone on the wings. Alcorn will run it. Burke. This zone forcing Sidney to look a little ragged here on the offensive end. We do get a whistle and a foul called against Chadron. Inbounds pass, wide open underneath. Gunkel fouled by Chima. That'll be the second on Gorov Chima. Connor Hartzler was called for the foul on the other end. And Gunkel. Connects on the first. He's up to 5 points tonight. Gunkel last night scored just 2. It came in the fourth quarter. He knocks in both at the charity stripe. He's got 4 of his 8 here in the second quarter. 5:22 to play first half. Scogan on the drive, got a paint touch and kicked it outside. Dunbar hit one earlier, tried to make it back-to-back threes, wouldn't drop. Province runs down the loose ball rebound. Offensive side, it'll stay with Chadron. Scogan misses from deep. Oh, board again. Province, he's fouled, floating away from the basket. And he'll get 2 shots at the line. This one goes against Dylan Gunkel. His second, and Province at the stripe. Xander Province. 3 for 4 at the line last night. Starts with a make on his first attempt here against Sidney on day 2. Misses the second. Connor Hartzler grabs the defensive rebound, and now we're going to get a timeout taken by Austin Lewis. Timeout on the floor. Just a 3-point game right now. Sidney on top of Chadron, 18-15 on the West Coast scoreboard.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Babylock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and by Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Back to live action here at Gering High. KDB.TV. We got a quick foul called against Chadron. It goes on Tegan Scogan, and missing the first at the line for the Red Raiders is Connor Hartzler. Sidney leads 18-15. 4:50 to go here in the first half. Hartzler gets 1 of 2. And it's a 4-point lead for Sidney. On the wing, Alcorn. Into the corner, Scogan. Scogan puts it on the floor. Dribbles near the painted area, finds Dunbar. Dunbar puts it up with the right. Off the iron, bounces off backside, grabbed by Province. He is doing a great job on the offensive glass again here this evening. And now we've got a turnover committed by Chadron. And Scogan walked with the basketball. Under 4.5 to go in the second quarter. It's Nolan Hofrock into the game. He'll get it off the bounce, throw over top of the zone. Now they'll move it into the left corner. They swing opposite. Out of the right side corner, it's Zach Burke. He can't knock down the three. Hofrock there with the offensive rebound. And the stick back for 2. Nolan Hofrock on the board for the first time. And the lead extended to 6 now for Sidney, 21-15. Dunbar dribbles out high. Now Alcorn, Scogan on the right side wing. He'll operate along the baseline now. Tried to flip it into the corner to Dunbar. Knocked away out of bounds. Into the first quarter at Scotts Bluff. Gering in girls action. Leading big against Alliance, 25-4. Scogan's 3 wouldn't go. Dunbar, another O board for the Cardinals. Scogan, now Sorensen, dribble handoff action on the perimeter. Alcorn keeps it himself on the bounce, and now we get a reach and a foul called against Sidney. And this will go against Jacob Dowse. 3:21 to play in the half. They inbounded on a little lob to Province. They get Alcorn with it in the left corner. Puts it on the deck inside the arc. Now Dunbar backs the dribble out near midcourt. Dunbar looks to go to work. Right side. Now Province. Scogan. Province is not going to look for a shot outside probably 10 to 12 feet, at least what we've seen here in the first game and a half, close to a game and a half. Run out the other way, a little runner with the right hand. It wouldn't go for Sawyer Dickman. Ball goes out of bounds, and Chadron will get it back. 21 to 15, Red Raiders on top. 2:53 to go in the first half. Figured this one would be a tight one. Pretty evenly matched teams. Chadron left wing. Oh, Alcorn drew the help defender, whipped a pass to Hall underneath, couldn't finish, had an easy look. And he's clapping his hands saying dang it as he runs down to the other end. He knew boy, when you have a teammate kind of make that type of a play, set you up for what could be an easy bucket, and you can't convert, a little bit frustrating for the young man. 2:25 to play. Here in quarter number 2, Dunbar will dribble off the screen left. Hall moves it quickly to Alcorn. Now Sorensen, Michael Sorensen back to Justice Alcorn. Hesitates, got in the air, offensive foul, wipe away the bucket. Hoffrock stands in and drew the charge. (21 to 15), 2:08 to go. Sidney leads by 6. They get the basketball back after the nice defensive effort there from Nolan Hoffrock. They run Burke off a screen. He catches on the right wing. Burke, jab step into a step back jumper. And there's Province cleaning up the defensive glass for Chadron. Alcorn high dribble, nearly carried the basketball. He'll look to the bench and get the offensive signal from head coach Mitch Berry. Alcorn comes right in the corner, Sorensen. Poked away for a moment. Now Chadron throws it away. Minute 34 to go in the first half. Sawyer Dickman, crossover dribble near midcourt, hesitates. Now Burke on the catch. Burke, they left him. He kind of gave a hesitation. Defender backed away, thought he was going to pass it. And now Burke is fouled on the shot. Michael Sorensen called for the foul. That's his second. And with 1:22 to go in the first half, it's Zach Burke at the stripe, and the first will not go. Planansky checks in. Delahaye, and also coming in for Sidney is Trayson Johnstone. And 1 and 2 at the line for Zach Burke. That's his first point of the afternoon. Planansky in the backcourt. Sidney goes to a little three-quarter court pressure. Now they drop back into the half court defensively. Planansky inside the paint, finds Alcorn. The drive and kick, good look, wouldn't go, and a foul is going to go against Brody Planansky of Chadron. We'll walk it to the other end of the floor now, and Connor Hartzler will be at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. First is on the way, won't get the second. Cleaning up the rebound for Chadron is Justice Alcorn. Into the front court, Dawson Dunbar. Bumped off his spot by Delahaye. Dunbar gets it to Province. Province just outside the right block, kind of fading away, and it falls through for Xander Province. He's got 5 here in the first half, and that leads Chadron on this in the score column. Johnstone knocks in an elbow jumper. Trayson Johnstone off the bench and into the scorebook. Sidney leads by 7, 24-17. Planansky between the legs gets middle on a reach and a foul against Johnstone. .20 to go here in the first half. Justice Alcorn will take a seat. They get Scogan back in. Don't want to risk a late foul here in the half on one of their top kids. Planansky at the stripe. Can't convert. Oh, board. Province finishes near the rim. Xander Province has 5 in the quarter. 10 seconds to go. Burke. Johnstone. Johnstone has a shot blocked by Dunbar. Planansky, and that'll be a reach-in foul called against Trayson Johnstone. Second foul in short order called against Trayson Johnstone. 4.5 to play in the half. Sidney in front, 24-19. Planansky will be at the line. And Brody Planansky converts on the first. The lefty senior missed everything on the second. So that'll give it back to Sidney. Chadron will apply some full court pressure, try to make it tough to get it up the floor. And Dillahay hoists and hits the top of the backboard. Head coach Austin Lewis out to visit with him about how much time was on the clock, maybe an extra dribble or two, and find an open teammate somewhere. That said, Sidney has to be pleased. At halftime, they lead 24-20. Red Raiders on top of Chadron right now on the Rural Radio Network.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Our Black Friday sale is back at Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. For 15 days only, receive 20% off every replacement window with 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 18 months. So keep your cash and spend ours. Purchase 3 windows and get a $500 Visa card. Purchase 4 to 7 windows and get an $800 Visa card. Or get a $1,500 Visa card when you purchase 8 to 12 windows. Hurry, this offer is only available from November 27th through December 11th. Merry Christmas to you from Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. Call 307-215-7493.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Travis Hawk, Panhandle Co-op, Paul Reed Construction, and by Ideal Linen.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
Chris Cottrell back with you. Halftime score from Gering High School. Boys Western Conference Tournament, Day 2 action. It's Sidney leading Chadron by the score of 24-20 at the end of the first quarter. It was a 12-11 lead for the Red Raiders. They've extended now to a 4-point lead as they outscored Chadron 12-9 in quarter number 2. Let's take a look at the scorebook and kind of check out our top scorers for both these teams. We'll give you the full rundown right now. For Chadron, down by 4. Leading the way is Xander Province, who has 7. Justice Alcorn has 4. 3 points apiece for Michael Sorensen and Dawson Dunbar. Both those guys have connected on a long-range triple. And then 2 points for Gorov Cheeman, a single free throw for Brody Planansky. For the Red Raiders, in front by 4. They have spread the wealth out quite a bit here. 8 different players have scored their 24 points. Leading the way is Dylan Gunkel with 8. Micah Schneider has 6 points, 2 apiece for Trayson Johnstone, Nolan Hoffrock, and Jaden Dillahay, and also Sawyer Dickman, and single free throw tallies for Zach Burke and Connor Hartzler. That gets us to our halftime score of 24-20. Sidney out in front of Chadron by 4. Coming up here this evening following this ball game, we'll have Scottsbluff and Mitchell. Both those teams were winners last night in round 1. Scottsbluff beat the Chadron High Cards 51-30. Mitchell knocked off Gering 63-55. They'll tip that one at 6 o'clock. We'll have it on KMOR 93.3 and right back here on KDB.TV, Allo Channel 190 starting at 5:45. And then the nightcap, that'll be Alliance and Gering, Battle of the Bulldogs, and Gering will be on their home floor for the first time this season. That one will tip at about 8 o'clock. Should be a pretty close, hard start there at 8 o'clock, and we'll have coverage starting at 7:45, KMOR and KDB.TV. We'll give you the girls' bracket and the schedule for tonight here in just a moment. Halftime score at Gering High, day 2 of the boys' Western Conference tournament. It's Sidney leading Chadron 24-20 on the Rural Radio Network.
Come in and see gifts for everyone at TC and More. Great gifts are waiting at TC and More, 1621 Broadway, Scottsbluff.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, we believe in personalized planning for your financial goals.
As your retirement income partners, our concern for your success, combined with resources from Raymond James, can help you make confident decisions for your financial future.
Our team of financial advisors will help you make your money work just as hard as you did to earn it. After all, our goal is to help you reach your financial goals.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Kevin Figg, Financial Advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation pre-retirement review.
With you, halftime score. You could hear a pin drop here at Gering High School's gym right now as the teams are still in the locker room. They'll be back out here in just a moment. Halftime score, Sidney leading in boys action over Chadron by the count of 24-20. Girls action, the first game of the afternoon of the 3-game schedule over at Scottsbluff High has Gering leading Alliance. That game is 30-7 with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Gering leading Alliance, 30-7 with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. So still shy of halftime over at Scottsbluff. The Gering Lady Bulldogs trying to bounce back from a 3-point loss. It was 55-52. They got beat by Sidney last night as Gering tries to get in the win column on the girls' side for the first time this year in action and up big in town here at Scottsbluff, leading Alliance 30-7 at last check. Can tell you this news: the Gering School Board of Education has selected Dr. Nicole Reagan as the new superintendent for Gering Public Schools. She's presently serving as the Director of Recruitment and Supervisor of Special Programs, Personnel, and Human Resources at Lincoln Public Schools, a position she's held since 2014. So the new superintendent here for Gering Public Schools will be Dr. Nicole Reagan, currently in Lincoln. Now, as far as the rest of the schedule over at Scottsbluff for the girls tonight, the 6 o'clock game will be Chadron and Sidney. Both those teams were winners last night. And then the late game at 8 o'clock, Scottsbluff. They rolled Alliance last night. They'll take on Mitchell, who got beat by Chadron. Just a couple of minutes away from opening tip, or from the start of the second half here, I should say, at Gering High. And at halftime, it's Sidney in front of Chadron by the score of 24-20. We'll step away and come back with third quarter action right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Prime Metal Products, Papa Murphy's, Farm Bureau Agent Sean Harvey, and by John's Body Shop.
Holiday recycling tips.
The holidays bring wrapping paper, boxes, and trees. Remember, when done with these items, recycle them. Wrapping paper can be collected and recycled in one of the city's recycling bins. Boxes can be collapsed and stored to use later or recycled. Finally, your old Christmas tree can be dropped off at this location. This holiday season, give thanks and a start to a healthier new year. Me at Tri-City Stormwater.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group, Runza Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, and by Chimney Rock Chiropractic.
We're back as we get set for the start of the second half. Tight ball game here through two quarters with Sidney in front of Chadron. Boys coverage on KNB.TV. Allo Channel 190, 24-20 is our score here at Gering. It'll be Chadron basketball to start the third quarter. Alcorn, Province, Chima, Dunbar, and Sorensen, the original starting five here for Chadron. You've got Dickman, Heckenlively, Burke, Schneider, and Gunkel, the five on the floor for Sidney. They dump it now low to Province. He gets it up. Will they count it? No. They will wipe the bucket away and say that foul came on the floor. Still, nice little finish there from Xander Province to stay strong enough to get that ball up towards the rim. Alcorn will inbound. Alcorn holds. Bounce pass comes in to Gorov Chima. Chima along the baseline. Little runner with the right hand. Well, you make that move and you get to that spot, but there's really no way to use the backboard. Now we get a foul in the open floor, and this will go against Wyatt Heckenlively. (24-20) with Sidney up by 4. Looking for our first points here early in the second half. Cards throw it in to Dawson Dunbar. Right side. Burke reaches in, almost took it away from the Raiders. Now we get a whistle and a travel called against Gorov Chima. Unofficially, the 9th turnover committed by the Cardinals. 7:20 to play. Scoreless thus far here in the third quarter. 24-20 the lead for the Red Raiders. They'll get it to Micah Schneider. Schneider holds high above his head. Fires too tall for Dylan Gunkel. And the ball sails out of bounds. Both teams with an early turnover. Here early in the second half. Dunbar dribbles across the timeline. Dawson Dunbar to the right side. Defender backs off. Dunbar puts up the three. Too strong. Back iron. Rebound comes off long. Chadron maintains possession. Chima can't knock down the three. O-board for Province missed badly on their third shot attempt of the possession. Now we get a turnover near midcourt. Dunbar in traffic. That wouldn't go. Chadron struggling to find the bottom of the net right now. Sidney's turned it over twice. Connor Hartzler will check in, replacing Dylan Gunkel. 6:34 to go. Inbounds pass comes to Province. Alcorn got loose, couldn't knock down the three, left corner. Rebound, good look by Sorensen. Reverse layup for Justice Alcorn. Count it, and a foul. Chance now for a three-point play for Justice Alcorn. And Hart checked in. Foul one against Connor Hartzler. Old-fashioned three-point play for Justice Alcorn. And it is now as close as you can get. 1 point lead for Sidney, 24-23. Sorensen, good man defending against Sawyer Dickman. And that's going to catch up to him and bite him on the backside. They'll get Sorensen on the bump. Third foul on Michael Sorensen. And we'll get a substitution with Brody Planansky coming in, replacing Sorensen. He'll sit with three. So they get a little smaller in the backcourt. Zach Burke on the catch and shoot triple out of the left corner. Rolls around and rims out on him. Planansky outlet pass to Alcorn. Alcorn crossover dribble along the baseline. Who touched it last? They'll say Sidney. It'll stay with the Cards. Alcorn will inbound along the baseline. Justice Alcorn. Eventually they free up Chima on the catch. He'll fire from deep, and Gorov Chima knocks in the triple. And the first 6 points of this second half have been scored by Chadron. Oh, they're going to call that a long two. Now we get a whistle and a blocking foul. That'll go against Xander Province. Foul goes against Province. That's his second. At the stripe, Zach Burke. 5:40 to play in the third quarter. 1 point lead for the Cardinals, 25-24. Chadron up one on Sidney. Off the mark, Burke can't knock it down. Second on the way for Burke. He gets 1 of 2. He is 2 for 4 at the stripe in this one. Coming up on 5 o'clock, KDB.TV coverage, channel 190 on Allo Communication. Chadron turns it over. Dunbar's pass just went right through the hands and out of bounds, trying to find Brody Planansky. Planansky will pick up Sawyer Dickman. It's been a quiet game for Dickman. He had 19. Now we're going to get a foul called on the other way, an offensive foul. Tied at 25. Dunbar, now Province. Right side, moving along the baseline. Planansky on the drive. The lefty finish would not drop. Schneider up ahead. Burke on the drive, floating across the paint. Had his shot partially blocked. Now a whistle and a foul's going to go against Brody Planansky of Chadron. Underneath Micah Schneider, rebounding the miss. Got backboard only, and here comes Dunbar. Behind his back, now he'll bring it to the right side. Dunbar in traffic, whistle, and that'll be a travel called on Dawson Dunbar. I've got Chadron now down for 11 turnovers here in the ball game. We've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And thanks to more of our fine sponsors making it possible to get all 18 games of the Western Conference Tournament for you on KNEB.TV, Allo 15, and Channel 190 as well. Folks like Paul Reed Construction and Ideal Linen, Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and Western Nebraska Regional Airport. Game 2 here this evening at Gering will be a TV radio combo with Scottsbluff and Mitchell in boys action. We'll have that one starting at 5:45 for pregame on KMOR 93.3 and right here on KNEB.TV. Out of the timeout, we're tied at 25. Sidney will have the basketball. They led at halftime by 4, 24-20. They've got one free throw is all in the first 3+ minutes of the third quarter. Burke, now Schneider. Schneider on the right side. Goes the opposite way the screen was set. Finds Hartzler at the foul line. Hartzler can't get it, and that'll be an over-the-back foul called against Wyatt Heckenlively. Foul goes on Sidney. Chadron will get it. 4:38 to play. Into the front court with the basketball. Now right side with it, Dunbar. And now we get another whistle and a foul called on the Raiders. 4:24 to play here in the third. Province will step to the foul line. That foul goes against Connor Hartzler, his third. Jacob Dowse on to replace Heckenlively. Xander Province converts on the first. So far tonight at the foul line, he is 2 for 3. Now 2 for 4, can't get the second. Lead for Chadron is 1, 26-25. Open look, Micah Schneider puts up the 3 ball. Comes off the iron, grabbed by Justice Alcorn. Alcorn will bring it up the floor himself. Head up, into the paint. Runner with the right hand, drops through. Justice Alcorn scores. He's got 5 in the quarter. He's up to 9 points for the ball game, and Chadron leads 28-25. Sawyer Dickman, I'm surprised he didn't let that one go from behind the arc. Ball loose, and what do we have? I think touching the far baseline with his back or backside, trying to grab that loose ball was Hartzler. Good effort, but a turnover, number 9, committed by Sidney unofficially. Gorov Chima on the right side. Well, they had Alcorn posting. Instead, it's Province from the foul line, too strong. Rebound comes off long after it hits the floor, picked up by Dowse. Dowse had an open three-point shooter on the wing, took it himself, and Dowse finished with the left hand at the rim. First field goal from the floor here in the second half for Sidney. They are back to within 1, 28-27. Dribble handoff action. And it's Gorov Chima, high arcing 3. Schneider up to grab the miss for the Red Raiders. Schneider, outlet pass up ahead. Burke, he'll shoot over top of the defender. Blocked by Planansky. Partial block on that 3-point attempt, and Chadron has the basketball back. We go under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Now Alcorn tried to go with a little no-look down to Chima, turned it over. Outlet pass from Dowse. Dickman uses the glass and gets the layup to go. It was the 12th turnover, and Sidney made him pay on the offensive end. Planansky's lefty bounce past Alcorn intercepted. Now Hartzler might have got away with a shove. Now they're going to call him for the travel. A tight one here in the third. 2:25 to play. 29-28. Sidney with a 1-point lead on Chadron. Western Conference Boys Tournament. Day 2 action from Gering High. 3 boys games total here this evening. Chima. His shot blocked by Douse. Douse gathers. Outlet pass to Schneider. Schneider. Boy, tripping and falling that time was his teammate Cam Leeling along the baseline as Schneider wanted to give it to him, and exact time when he tried to give it up is when Leeling fell and the ball just sailed out of bounds. $11 turnovers committed by Sidney. 29-28 with 2:04 to play here in the third. This one looks like it could go down to the wire, and really no surprise. These teams, while playing other competition last night, look to be evenly matched. Missed shot Planansky. Here comes Douse. Douse. He'll go right to the rim with the left. It won't go. Rebounded by Alcorn. Justice Alcorn. Now Gorov Chima. Minute 35 to go in the third quarter. Planansky, Chima, dangerous pass. Finally, somehow slipped it into him. And then the reverse layup wouldn't go for Chima. Under 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Sidney turns it over. And here comes Chadron the other way with Dunbar with the right hand finish on the layup. Dawson Dunbar has his first points of the second half. We've got a whistle and a timeout. Another 30-second break in the action. We'll keep it right here. Starting to get late in this third quarter. And it's a 30-29 lead for Chadron. Sidney led at halftime 24-20. And so far Sidney in this third quarter has just 2 baskets from the floor. One from Dickman and one from Douse. Meanwhile for Chadron, Alcorn has 5, 2 apiece in the quarter for Dunbar and Chima, and 1 of 2 at the foul line for Xander Province. As they've turned a 4-point deficit into a 1-point lead. Scottsbluff Bearcats have arrived. They will play Mitchell in game number 2. Douse on the catch. Now Schneider just inside the arc. Leeling out high. Sawyer Dickman scored 19 last night, has just 4 points in this one. Douse finished with a left earlier. This time off the same wing, he uses the right hand. Jacob Douse, a couple explosive plays here in the third quarter. Gorov Chima. Chima picks up his dribble. Pass deflected by Douse. Douse, opportunity the other direction. Misses the layup with the right hand. Who touched it last? They'll say out of bounds. Now they'll visit about it. I think they're going to give it to the Cards. Douse made a great defensive play and then failed to finish in transition. 26.6 to go here in quarter number 3. Will Chadron play for one? No, they will not. They might still get that opportunity, but it's going to come after a turnover by Dunbar and a layup by Sawyer Dickman. 12 seconds to go in the third. Chima nearly kicked it away. Planansky picks it up. He throws it away. 5 seconds to go. Hartzler lays it in. 2 seconds to go in the quarter. And Sidney finishes the quarter with a flurry. The layup from Hartzler, and the Red Raiders take a 5-point lead to the fourth quarter. We've played 3 here at Gering. Boys action, day 2 of the Western Conference tourney. Sidney leads Chadron 35-30 on our West Coast scoreboard.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub, when you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
In Chadron, Red Raiders finish with a couple of buckets after a couple of Chadron turnovers, and now it's Zach Burke on the miss on the opening possession. So Sidney leads 35-30. Chadron has the basketball. Dunbar finds Sorensen underneath. He had an open cutter that time in teammate Chima, but before he made the pass, he walked with the basketball. Great idea, just couldn't execute it. We've got Chadron down unofficially for 15 turnovers in the game. Sawyer Dickman to Cam Lealing. Lealing dangerously close to a walk. Now Schneider, catch and shoot triple off the left side wing. Up for the defensive rebound. Backside of the iron was Gorov Chima. Sidney up by 5. Chadron has it. 35-30. Coming up on a minute played in the fourth. Justice Alcorn being defended by Zach Burke. Alcorn goes strong and finishes with the left hand. Justice Alcorn into double figures now with 11. Scored 10 last night. Now Sawyer Dickman into the paint. Can't finish with the scoop lefty layup. Ball loose. Picked up by Sawyer. Schneider now in the corner. Burke. Burke's been quiet once again here tonight. And now we're going to get a whistle and a 3-second call against Sidney. Their 13th turnover tonight. Gering girls are up big on Alliance, so can slot them into a noon game tomorrow here at home. Ball loose, diving after it in the backcourt, and that'll be a foul on Dylan Gunkel. Kind of took the feet out underneath of Gorov Chima. And Gunkel, that's his 5th, so he is fouled out. He had 8 points in the first half. Scoreless in the second half. His night is over. 6:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Chima can't hit the front end of the 1-and-1, but diving after the basketball and knocking it away out of bounds is Connor Hartzler. Chadron down 3. They can tie with a 3, get to within 1 with a 2-point bucket here on this trip. Backdoor cut. Sorensen goes to the reverse layup. It wouldn't go. And grabbing the loose ball and now turning it over in the backcourt is Micah Schneider. Blocking foul. This will go against Sidney. Hartzler picks up the foul. That's his 4th. Nearly 2 minutes played here in the fourth. 3-point lead for the Raiders, 35-32. And Michael Sorensen hit an early 3, and that's his first point since the opening minute of the ball game. He knocks in the first of 2 at the foul line. Second on the way. Sorensen got the shooter's roll. Now a 1-point game. Sidney Red Raiders lead Chadron 35-34. Now Province steals it in the open floor on the left side wing. Goes by everybody, attacks the rim. Boy, he was going to go up and try to flush one, wasn't he? Got fouled. Xander Province will shoot 2 at the foul line. 5:51 left here in the game. Double bonus the rest of the way for Chadron. Sidney at 10-plus fouls so far here in the half. Province knocks in the first. Second on the way, hit both. Chadron 4 for 4 at the foul line here in the quarter, and they go back in front. And a little back and forth here. Late third, early fourth quarter. Walking with it on the wing is Jacob Dowse for Sidney. They've turned it over 3 times in the first 2 minutes and 17 seconds here in this third quarter. Have the Red Raiders. They've fallen back behind Chadron. Cardinals lead 36-35. Gorov Chima drives it to the rim, scores it off the glass. Chadron's had 4 different players score already in the fourth. 5:20 to go in regulation. 3-point lead for Chadron. Schneider thought about it. Now Zach Burke. Burke to Schneider. Schneider, nice wraparound pass. And finishing is Nolan Hoffrock. Couple of good looks that time from Burke and then Schneider. Hoffrock has 4. Now Dunbar to Chima. Tipped into the hands of Justice Alcorn. He attacks the rim, have his shot blocked. Dowse has it for Sidney. Chadron leads 38-37. Burke in transition. Stop and pop triple off the catch. Dowse saves it. That ball will sail out of bounds. And Chadron will get it back. .435 to go in the ball game. Chadron in front, 38-37. Left side wing, it's Chima. Now top of the key, Alcorn. Back to Gorov Chima. Now Alcorn on the left side. He'll dribble out high. Chadron leads 38-37. Backdoor cut, Sorensen, no pass made. Now out to set a screen, Province. Little runner with the right hand. Would not go for Chima. No box out. And flying in for the O board and the putback bucket was Xander Province, who has 4 in the quarter. He's got 12 in the ball game. Nolan Hoffrock. Chadron's has extended their lead to 3 at 40-37. In the corner, Hoffrock for 3. High arcing triple for Nolan Hoffrock. We are tied at 40 apiece. 3:35 to go in the game. Province sets a screen. He'll roll. Dunbar didn't see him. Now Chima backs the dribble out to the left corner behind the arc. Dunbar. Dribble handoff action to Gorov Chima. Chima. .310 to play in the game. Province. Catch, quickly gets rid of it to Alcorn. Alcorn. Now Dunbar. Dunbar sizes up his defender, Sawyer Dickman. And now we're going to get a whistle. Jump ball on the block shot from Dickman. Possession arrow will keep it this into the floor with Chadron. 2:56 to play in the ball game. Alcorn will inbound. Now he uses a screen, gets free in the corner. Puts the ball on the floor, finds Gorov Chima. Chima launches. That 3. Off the iron, comes back near the foul line. Couple offensive rebounds for Chadron. They get a 4th underneath. Alcorn lays it up and in. Off the look from Dawson Dunbar. Now Burke trying to answer back on the other end. Rolls around the iron, won't drop. Into the hands of Xander Province. Chadron leads 42-40. Now backing the basketball out near midcourt. Now they'll go. Alcorn picks up the dribble, needs some help, finds Dunbar. Dunbar behind his back, reverses course, goes back to the left side. About to dip under 2 minutes to go. We get a whistle with 2:01 left in the fourth, and a foul on the perimeter goes against Sidney. And Micah Schneider called for his 4th. At the line, Alcorn. He's got 5 in the quarter, up to 14 for the game. Got them both. Chadron at the line here in the 4th is 6 for 6. And they lead Sidney by the score of 44-40. We'll take a break. Timeout on the floor. Getting late here in the 4th. Chadron leads Sidney 44-40 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Travis Hawk, Panhandle Co-op, Paul Reed Construction, and by Ideal Linen.
TV coverage on the Rural Radio Network tonight. Just another one of our 18 games, ho-hum, right? 18 high school basketball games between last night, tonight, and tomorrow on the TV side here on the network. A tight one here at Gering. Hofrock can't knock down the 3. Minute and 41 seconds to go in this ball game. Chadron leads Sidney. Boys action 44-40. Chadron into the front court with Justice Alcorn. And there will be a reach on the perimeter, and fouling out is Micah Schneider. Second Red Raider to foul out of this ball game as Gunkel left earlier. Now Connor Hartzler will check in, and he's going to play with 4. Chadron 6 for 6 at the stripe in the 4th quarter, making some hay at the line. And left that one short. First miss for Chadron at the line here in the final stanza. Alcorn's been big. He's got 6 in the quarter for 15 points for the ball game. And they've done a good job defensively on Sawyer Dickman. They've held Dickman to 6. Chima misses the second. And now we get another Sidney turnover. Providence will throw it down. Xander Providence raising the roof a little bit after the steal at midcourt. They get him the basketball, the two-hand jam for Xander Providence. Dickman's 3. Quick trigger. Sorensen up ahead, and he walked with it, trying to get it to Justice Alcorn. Another timeout on the floor taken by Sidney. This one's starting to get away from the Red Raiders just a little bit. 46-40, late in the 4th quarter. Chadron up 6 on Sidney here on the Rural Radio Network.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by B&C Steel, Buyers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dense, and by Platte Valley Companies.
Chris Cottrell back with you here on the TV side tonight. Rural Radio Network coverage. Allo Channel 190, 108 to go in this ball game. Chadron with their biggest lead so far tonight now at 46-40. Sidney has the basketball. Burke to the high post. Hartzler holds. Gets it to Dickman. Sorensen chasing him. Dickman could not get the shot off, and now a foul is going to go against Michael Sorensen. Chadron's got some fouls to play with here. That's just their fourth. 14 fouls is all, and that's the fourth on Sorensen, and now they foul. And Hartzler's going to get 2 at the line. They went to the lob on the out-of-bounds play. And now Connor Hartzler will shoot 2. Foul goes against Province, his third. Hartzler misses off the right side of the iron. 55 seconds to go in regulation. Lead is 6 for Chadron. Hartzler missed both. Rebounding for Chadron is Alcorn. Justice Alcorn. Little head fake, hesitation dribble, brings it across the timeline. Now crosses over against Jacob Dowse. Ball poked away from Dawson Dunbar by Dickman out of bounds. It'll stay with Chadron. And bounce pass to Gorov Chima. Chima attacks the rim and thought better of taking the shot and got it to a teammate in Sorensen. They've got 2 out high. Alcorn to Chima. Chima near midcourt. Dribbles right side now Dunbar. Dunbar along the baseline. They're making Sidney chase defensively. 20 seconds to go. Alcorn. Sidney is not fouling right now. A lot of time is coming off the clock, and now we get a whistle and a foul called against Zach Burke. Down to 11 seconds to play, and Chadron looks like they'll move to the winner's circle here tonight. Chima at the stripe, and he's now missed 3 straight. Chadron hit their first 6 of the fourth quarter. Now Chima's missed 3 in a row here down the stretch. Still a 6-point lead, though, for Chadron. Chima converts on the second on that trip. Burke into the front court. Dowse will fire from well behind the arc. Will not go. Sawyer Dickman winds up with it in his hands. Buzzer will sound. Shot won't go. Chadron wins it here against Sidney by the final of 47-40. So Chadron will play in the noon game tomorrow, and Sidney will drop down and play in the 10 a.m. game tomorrow. They are now 0-2. It's Chadron picking up their first win of the season at 1-1 their record. Step away, come back, recap the scoring, finish out our broadcast, and then we'll step away before we come back at around 5:45 for Game 2 with Scottsbluff and Mitchell. Final once again, Chadron knocks off Sidney in boys action 47-40 on our West Coast scoreboard.
Many people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or warm spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group. Runza Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, and by Chimney Rock Chiropractic.
Chris Cottrell back with you. We'll wrap things up here pretty quickly, and then we'll be back at about 5:45. Let's get you a scoring recap here as Chadron picks up their first win of this young season. High school basketball getting underway last night. Western Conference Tournament action, day 2. Chadron knocks off Sidney 47-40. Justice Alcorn led all scorers for Chadron. He had 15. Xander Province chipped in 14. So that big-time duo there as far as athleticism and rebounding combines for 29. Province had a breakaway dunk after a midcourt turnover committed by Sidney. So Alcorn 15, Province had 14. 7 for Gorov Chima, 5 apiece for Michael Sorensen and Dawson Dunbar, and then a single free throw make for Brody Planansky. Sidney had plenty of kids score tonight. No one hit double figures. Dylan Dunkel led him in scoring with 8, all 8 in the first half. He fouled out early in the fourth. And then Sawyer Dickman scored 6. Also with 6, Micah Schneider. 4 points for Jacob Dowse. Nolan Hoffrock came off the bench and had 7, including a big 3. He had 3 points in the ball game for Connor Hartzler, 2 points apiece for Zach Burke, Jaden Dillahay, and Trayson Johnstone. That's your scoring recap for Sidney. They fall to 0-2. Chadron boys will play tomorrow at noon. Sidney will drop into the early game at 10 right back here those boys games tomorrow will be at Scottsbluff. We'll switch gyms tomorrow. Girls action will be here at Gering. So that is 1 of 3 for tonight here at Gering in the books. Coming up next, it'll be Mitchell and Scottsbluff. We'll have pregame at 5:45 on KMOR 93.3 and KNB.TV Allo Channel 190. And then the nightcap, also KMOR radio game with TV on 190 for Allo. It'll be Alliance and Gering. Chris Cottrell, that'll do it for now. We'll be back here in just a little bit. Talk to you around 5:45 on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and by Western Nebraska Regional Airport.